So they are absolutely huge. And from my perspective, if we focus just on HR and procurement, it gives them a business rationale. It links them to business outcomes. And what do I mean by that? It's about linking procurement and HR activity to business outcomes, whether it be profitability or revenue inside of the organisation. So for the first time, we're able to combine business data and HR and procurement data all into one data set and analyse it quickly and effectively. Now, in the past, we had to maybe get a occupational psychologist or somebody like a statistician to analyse that data, and even a few years ago you might be looking at a data scientist at vast cost. Where the technology has shifted to today is that that's instantaneous, and we can actually, and give an example in HR, we can look at the outcomes in, say, in a call centre, we can implement some training, and we can actually now analyse whether that training's actually had an effect on things like the CSAT, customer satisfaction calls, or even the revenue that that call centre is generating. That's the big change, and I think it will be moving HR and procurement into the same place where perhaps finance and marketing have been in the last few years, because they're two excellent examples of functions who've mastered analytics and data. So I think at the heart of this is really about making the business case and the rationale and giving the evidence behind why you need to do an action. And again, I come back to my earlier points around when we're talking to the business, they will want to understand probably three reasons why they're going to do something. Does it benefit and drive quality in the organisation? Does it help me produce a product better? Does it help me be more efficient or give better customer service to my end users? The second area is all about risk management, and it's giving you the evidence and quantifying risk in your workforce, and that could be around tax, regulations in countries, or it can be around, have I got the right people? Am I into my organisation? The third point is really around cost efficiency. So again, it's all quantifying that. And again, this is all about speaking back to the business in their language and what they're going to understand. When you quantify it, and that's how analytics, advanced AI analytics, can really help in that discussion with the business. So I think total talent management is becoming absolutely vital in managing your workforce. We are no longer working with just permanent workforce inside of our organisations. In some of the areas where I work, up to a third of that organisation can be in contingent workforce, or what's been described as the gig economy. So if you're a senior executive now, you're not just looking at your permanent employees, you're looking at contractors, you're looking at outsourcers, you're looking at people who are freelancers providing services there. And they're all important in delivering whatever the output of the product of your organisation is. So it is hugely important. If you just concentrate on the permanent workforce, you are going to be missing a substantial part of the workforce that's supplying services into your organisation. So for me, whether you're HR or an executive now, you can't ignore it. You have to look at it in a holistic way. So I think it's a real fundamental change in mind shift. A lot of control has been exhibited by policies and rules, and sometimes that's developed around the fact that they're trying to treat or mitigate the 1% bad behaviour on 99% of the population. So this has to be a mindset of agility. It's about thinking about the business objectives and what they need to develop them in a safe framework, rather than trying to have a policy that covers everything. So I think that there's an excellent question in terms of that both HR and procurement need to learn and build skills around collaboration with other areas of the business if they're going to be successful in total talent management. And particularly when we look at the contingent workforce or the gig economy, you need finance skills, you need procurement skills, you need HR resourcing skills. You need to be collaborating, working very closely with IT because it needs technology in terms to engage with that. And for me, the most successful programs at the moment is where that has happened. It's not about who owns that contingent workforce, but it's about collaborating to deliver the business outcomes. And again, it requires great skills in working with the business and understanding what they need and giving them a framework that can work in rather than imposing rules or procedures on top of them.